皆さんこんにちは、Tomo&Danaです。本日はアメリカ人英会話講師であるデイナに日本の芸能人の方の英語力を見せて、ネイティブにはどんな風に聞こえているのかっていうところを聞いていきたいと思います。So the first Japanese celebrity that I'm gonna show you is a One Ok Rock.
You know, we're still rock band and also we're still love rock music.
Of course.
But in the world, the rock music is just kind of a little dead already, I think.
Okay.
So I just wanna make it alive one more time, rock scene. So that's why when you think of like rock music, it's sometimes like screaming and louder and like too much sometimes though.
Okay, so I think that he speaks pretty fluently. I think he's pausing and stuff because he's trying to think of what he wants to say, not because he's having a difficult time with the English. He does have some small pronunciation things going on, L and R a little bit, but mostly TH. So this is a common issue that Japanese people have is they can't say TH, like th. Like the and th. There's two TH sounds actually. So he says da instead of the. He's saying rock really well with a hard R sound.
Yeah, I
like
can't
Americans
do it.
Say it.
Rock.
Yeah, you it's fine. Sometimes when Tomo is like tired or not paying attention to what he's saying, he will slip into a stronger Japanese accent and say like lock instead of rock. Okay, my score is 7 out of 10 because I think that overall he's speaking pretty fluently. His pronunciation is okay.
I think his pronunciation is good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But I think that he's not using a lot of interesting vocabulary. But I don't know if it's just this interview.
Anyway, so 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
So Peace Ayabe, he's actually living in New York for 5 years.
Because I'm a comedian. I'm a pro. Yeah, pro talking. Right. My problem is I talk with native English speakers for 2 hours and I feel like I'm already done a lot. Like I studied a lot today, so I'm done. Finished.
Yeah.
That's not enough, right?
Anyway, what do you think?
Okay, so of course his accent is thicker and he speaks kind of slowly, but his grammar was, as far as I heard, sounded perfect. And his actual phrases that he's using, like and things like that, make him sound more natural in English. I think that's one thing that Japanese people don't maybe realize when they're learning English. You can make yourself sound so much more natural if you just use English hesitation devices. Like or right or or like right, instead of being like blah 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 like that just ruins the level of naturalness that you might have had. So the way that he's using English hesitation devices makes him sound like fairly natural, even though his accent is stronger.
And I guess his gestures and how he talks, I don't know, for me, he has confidence.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, most important things, when
That's
you
true.
talk to native speaker,
You should be
the confident.
That's another problem, is that some people are so afraid of making mistakes in English that they just shut down and they don't really express what they're thinking, or they don't really try. And I think that really stops you from learning. Like you have to just talk, and it's okay if you make mistakes. That's part of the process. That's why we always say drinking makes you better at your second language, because you don't care about making mistakes so much. You just talk, right? That's what you should try to do. Just talk. It's okay if you make mistakes. I'm gonna give him 5 out of 10. He's trying to express himself. His grammar is fine. It's easy to understand what he's saying. It's just his accent, really, that's holding him back a little bit. But I've known people who reach really fluent. It's just that they have an accent, and that's okay. If my scale is 1 is knows a few words in English and can talk at a baby level, to 10 is native speaker, then I think 5 is can express themselves fairly easily in English, but has some issues with vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, pronunciation, that
fluency,
right? But they can express themselves.
The next is Laura.
South Africa was such a beautiful location. The cast became fast friends. We went to dinner together a lot. And even though it was my first movie, but I was more excited than nervous. Check it out. Yay!
So I think that she has a British accent. It's not American. I think that it's pretty good. At first I couldn't tell if she was thinking hard because of the English, but so it feels a little bit rehearsed, like as if she had already thought of these things to say before. So I can't tell if that's the case or not, but in terms of what she did say, her accent is a little bit British. Sounds a bit interesting. Or maybe, I mean, she said she went to South Africa. It could also be a little bit South African in there. I don't know. But she uses some interesting vocabulary. For example, she says, like, we were fast friends. I have not heard anyone under the age of like 60 use that phrase.
Really?
So it's like good vocabulary in a way. Like everyone knows what you mean if you say, you know, they were fast friends or we were fast friends. But like I don't think young people say that, so it's very mismatched with like, you know, a young woman saying like we were fast friends. It's just like, what?
So the word choice is a bit old.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna give her 6 out of 10. It's pretty good, but I can't tell if it's rehearsed or not. It feels a bit rehearsed.
Okay, last is Gakuto.
Actually, I don't think so, but
No, I think your English is pretty good. First question I basically want to ask you is Gact really your name?
oh, gagged?
Like where did the name Gact come from?
Gagged is my real name,
Oh, it's your real name.
maybe. Sounds a little bit different from, you know, the original pronunciation. Normally, the Japanese people call me Gakto, right? American calls me gagged.
Gact. Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I have a question.
Oh, okay, sure.
Are you with the tax collector's office or something?
Do I look like a tax collector?
Okay. Next.
Gact is interesting because he has a very strange way of speaking in general. Like I enjoy it, you know, like in a good way.
It's
like,
kind of like a humor.
exactly,
His humor.
exactly. So it's hard to tell what is him just being strange and what is a reflection of his actual English ability. But in general, I think that his English is very good. I've heard him speaking English in other things as well. And yeah, he's able to use humor, which is a skill, you know, to be able to joke around in another language is difficult.
To make
trust
friends
me.
and stuff.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
It's really useful.
Yeah, and difficult. Am I funny in Japanese?
Sometimes.
So I think that his pronunciation is pretty good. I mean, there's some small times where it sounds a little bit different, but not a big deal. I would give him 8 out of 10. So my tips for if you want to improve your English, I think that shadowing is really useful. So listening to someone, native speaker speaking English, you know, find a YouTube video, find a podcast, the news, whatever, and just try to say what they're saying, like following their speech, as well as also just reading out loud, right? So if you have anything, a book, the news, whatever, read out loud because you need to make the muscle memory in your mouth. So that will help with pronunciation and fluency. So thanks for watching. And if you have any questions about tips for improving your English, let me know in the comments and see you in the next one. Bye!
チャンネル登録よろしくね。